ladies and gentlemen, episode 12 of The Skeptic and the Dude. It is
episode
Anzac
12.
Day. Yeah, and it's Anzac Day.
Anzac Day. Did you get up early this morning?
Well, I had no choice. See, my dad had been practicing the trumpet for the last couple of weeks to play the last post off the balcony, and he did that this morning at 6 a.m. Good man. He was just a little bit ahead of the trumpeter in the city. At the shrine, because they were playing that as well, and he's trying to keep in time. But we're thinking it was probably like a delay anyway, so he probably was.
Oh, of course, yeah.
At the same time, So he's playing that off the balcony. I could hear it from downstairs. It sounded, it was good. It was a little, it was kind of because I remember a couple of nights ago he was like, "Yeah, look, Brian, I don't think I'm gonna play the last post this year." I'm like, "Dad, you have to, man. You said to me, Brandon, my this is the reason I'm here to play the trumpet." I'm like, and you've been practicing all this time. Okay, you may not sound incredible, but just do it, man. So he did it, and it was a little bit shaky here and there, kind of losing it, but he brought it back, and it sounded good in the end. So I was just there in bed, and then I just went, because I just instantly knew what it was. So I just sat up, did my minute silence as it was playing, and it was good.
Yeah.
Did you have your
really hard to play in general
to master?
I can't play any of like the wind kind of instruments. It's very difficult. Like you have to have a certain technique for that kind of stuff. Yeah,
exactly. Because I did the clarinet in year 7, and I got relatively good at it, but then I only did it for a year, and I was like, I don't really enjoy this much, so I gave that up. But that was the only wind instrument I ever. There's that time I played the harmonica for half an hour once and mastered "Love Me Do." That was it, and I still haven't picked it up since then. And I don't know, should I just never pick it up again? Like just know that for half an hour when I was 16, I mastered it. one fucking song, But yeah. So do you have your 1 minute of silence this morning?
Yeah. We brought the speaker out the front and played it at the front and stuff. So
nice. Yeah.
That was good.
So do you normally other than self quarantine now, other years have you gone to like an RSL or something, or joined in some kind of community?
I think I've been there, like I've been to one like once. Mum used to go a lot, but I think the thing that stopped us was work.
Yeah, okay.
Because a lot of the time this happened was I was working as well. When I used to work at steel, like the steel fabrication place, I'd be cutting something, and it's like I can't have the moment of silence. Because I'm in the middle of cutting this like thick as fuck thing. If I stop, the saw's gonna like go ba-chung. So everyone's dead silent. All you can hear is wow. Oh shit. I'm like, that's my bad, but I couldn't stop because it was gonna break, and then they actually did break the day after. So,
shit.
Yikes. But I had to keep oiling it and like, oh my god, shit.
Yeah.
It was like it was just squealing and it was going, and everyone's like dead silent for the moment of silence, and I was like, oh shit. And then I think I spoke to someone later. They're like, was that you during the moment of silence? And I was like, was it that loud? Was it? And they're like, yeah, it was. I was like, oh shit,
this is disrespectful. Fuck, I don't give a shit, man. I'm gonna keep working.
Like,
I'm not getting paid extra.
No, the thing was, I had a moment of silence. I didn't speak or anything. I was silent.
That's it.
But I couldn't stop what I was doing because I was cutting through this really thick, like solid bit of metal. I can't remember what it was, but it was not something I could slow down on. And we had a job that had to pretty much go the next day, so it was like shit.
It's hard when you're right in the middle of something, and Yeah, man.
And then other times at Coles, same thing. You'd be doing something, and then if I stop, the manager would be like, why the fuck have you stopped? And I'm like, oh, moment of silence. And he'd be like, keep working. We've got lots of shit to do. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Lest we forget.
Just pay my respects, man.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you dare stop, man. We will cap you. Coles goes hard.
Yeah, man. Oh, they probably didn't even the managers there probably didn't even fucking know what Anzac Day was.
Yes.
You know. Yeah. So that's the problem with some progressives trying to label it as. I remember some chick who was calling it Bogan Halloween or some shit like that. Like
Bogan
trying
Halloween.
to, yeah, or saying, oh, Anzac Day just glorifies, war. Thinking that the
It's not
idea is to commemorate.
glorifying.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's to
we're
remember.
remembering. Yeah, it's a symbol of commemoration, remembering the people who gave their lives for us.
It's kind of like saying if you go to a funeral, you're glorifying dying or
Yeah,
some shit.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
What?
yeah. Oh fuck. No doubt that's been done. There's bound to be some dickhead on the internet who's made a video on that. Fucking hell.
Glorifying death.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the? Okay.
Ridiculous. So, have you in your family who served?
I cannot remember, but yeah, I'm fairly sure. I remember I used to go with my pop, and he had a bunch of medals and stuff, and
Okay.
I used to go sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my great grandfather's medals right here. Ian Thomas Cameron, he was a major, and he was part of he was a medical officer, so he was 2nd 9th Field Ambulance, and he enlisted so he was in World War II. He enlisted in July of 1940, and then discharged in January of 46. But he was actually missing for about 8 months, and then they discovered that he was in a POW camp in Changi, and and so he was there for a couple of years, and then discharged, and then because it died a bit later from all the malnutrition and everything and other diseases and that. But yeah, so that was interesting, and we got a lot of that information, all the specifics, all the dates and everything when we were because the RSL just up in Belgrave, that was usually where we'd go, going there for a few years for the Anzac Day ceremony in the morning, and one of the guys who works in the memorial section of the RSL, he's like really obsessed with if you ask him about someone or whatever, he's going to find all the information on them as he can. So Dad and I went there and had a chat to him, and he just found so many documents from all these archive websites, and a bit hard to read because they're screenshots from the original thing.
Yeah.
You can only see it in the sunlight, but it's interesting. Yeah. So what have you been up to, bro? Since I last spoke to you. Quarantining? Yeah, nice.
Just watching films. Yeah. Nice. Trying to avoid any shit ones because then they'll put me off watching films. You know what I mean? Have you ever just seen a really shit one and then you just go, and you just don't want to watch anything?
Can I risk this anymore?
Yeah. Like you just sit there and you go, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What have you been watching?
Oh well, I watched Good Time. The one you've been telling me to watch.
Yeah.
Watched that. That was fairly good. I watched a few Adam Driver films. I watched that.
Okay.
Marriage Story.
No, yeah. Yeah.
He was good. Scarlett Johansson was good too. I just feel like the story could have been better.
Yeah, I enjoyed the performances were great. Yeah, the story was very mediocre, and it was nothing we hadn't seen before. It's kind of like we you could say right from the start where it was going, and it was you just knew what was. Did you watch Black K Klansman yet?
Yes.
Yep. What'd you think?
I liked it. That was good.
Yeah.
I really liked that one. That was fantastic. Adam Driver was good in that film as well.
Yeah, that was fucking great. And Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah.
He played it. The main guy. Yeah. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah,
Ron Stallworth.
That was a pretty good film.
Even
that
seeing,
stuff at the end though was like.
Oh yeah. That heavily political kind of ending. Yeah, with old Charlottesville. Yeah,
Dude, that made me so sad when I saw
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit. But imagine
Yeah, it was a
like,
great film. And even
imagine
like
playing a role.
yeah.
Sorry, you go. You go.
No, you go. No, you go.
You sure?
No,
Oh,
you
I was
go.
gonna say.
Yeah, go for it.
All I was gonna say was imagine playing a role where you had to like, the main bad guys, like
I
the.
was gonna say it's Topher
Imagine
Grace.
playing that.
Yeah. Because I heard it when he was like looking into that role, like he was, there was a lot of like, a lot of the actors there, they were kind of uncomfortable on set and everything, and they had to just remind each other, look, we're just, it's we're just acting and everything, which is fine. But then because like he was saying, how we thought, the real David Duke is, this, is the fucking devil, and here I am playing this guy, But yeah, it's interesting though.
Yeah, that'd be pretty scary because then sometimes people, if they don't know much about what happened, then they'll put your face to what they know about it. You know what I mean? Like, they'll portray you as being connected to it. Like that happens sometimes. Like it's kind of like the Wolf Creek thing with the main guy from there. Like people start like they still be freaked out by him, even though he didn't slaughter people.
Yeah, exactly.
But they'll still be like, "Ugh, what the hell?" And be like, "That wasn't me. That was acting, bro."
Yeah, I feel like it's different this film because it's a Spike Lee film, and he does that a lot. He tends to exaggerate like some of the white characters, because I heard like I've read Ron Stallworth's book Black Klansman, and there's a lot that is different to the movie. Again, of course they hype it up a bit more, but yeah, it was good because it was a drama, but it was also funny, like just because of how ridiculous the racism is. When that couple, and you think, oh, we've been dreaming of this day for our whole lives. Gonna kill those blacks. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, this is sick.
When they're cuddling in the bed.
I've
been waiting for this moment.
Like, white power.
White people.
White
people. That was
man.
That was dumb.
With the right white man, we can do anything.
How's that ending? Not all block your ears if you haven't seen the movie, but when he's like talking to the main guy and he reveals that he's been the black dude the whole time.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? And he sits there in silence.
Just shut the fuck up.
There was so many times I was worried that Adam Driver's character was going to get caught.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean,
and
like the amount of shit that the guy put him through.
Yeah, that was scary. You're gonna take this Jew lie detector test.
You're gonna take down your pants, and he's like, "What?" It's like, "Oh, what? Okay, it's not necessary."
Oh, bro. Yeah, that was insane, man. But yeah, great fucking movie. And that was so. There's something interesting that I noticed with that film, especially after with the Oscars that year as well, because you had back in 1989, Spike Lee made Do the Right Thing. Have you seen that film?
I think so.
Yeah, so an honest black film, which was really fucking good. Yeah, independent film, and that it was at the Academy Awards that year. It was that film up against Driving Miss Daisy. That film with Morgan Freeman driving around this rich white lady. And so both films are kind of looking at this idea of racism or whatever. And so that it was between those two films for Best Picture. Like they were, it was clear, and Driving Miss Daisy fucking wins, just a basic, kind of film which doesn't really tackle the issue, or wasn't as honest as the Spike Lee film. So he was kind of cheated there. And the same thing happened last year's Golden Globes when it was Black K Klansman against Green Book. What's funny is Green Book is literally the opposite of Driving Miss Daisy. It's a white guy driving around this black dude, and it was that film against another Spike Lee film. And again, Hollywood has chosen this fucking movie. It's like fuck, man. It's like when's he gonna win? But I think we all did. You sing Green Book?
No, I didn't watch that one.
Yeah. It was good, but it was like there was nothing. I didn't feel there was anything really new or anything different. It was kind of just, which I guess you could say a similar thing for Black Klansman, but objectively, Klansman was a much better film.
Yeah.
Just as Hollywood side, they love when they're picking these films, it's whatever's the most sentimental and that kind of crap.
Yeah. What have you been doing during quarantine?
Well, I finished Twin Peaks a few days ago. Actually, probably a week ago now. Yeah, that was good. Weird, and I'm still, fuck, dude. But
still like, whoa, bro.
Yeah, pretty much because I won't spoil it at all because that's being the finale of Twin Peaks and everything. But I watched. What else have I been doing? I haven't really been watching a lot the last couple of days. Although last night I was watching this Johnny Depp film, Secret Window. Have you heard of it?
Yes, yeah.
Seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Good old Mr. Depp.
Yeah, so he's like a writer with writer's block, and then all this weird shit starts happening. There's some guy who keeps threatening him, and he's like, "Oh, you've plagiarized my novel," and all this other kind of shit. And then the guy kills his dog and everything, and he's like, "Okay, this is fucking terrifying." The guy also, all these really weird things, all these strange occurrences, and he starts like tripping out at home. And someone set fire to his ex-wife's house, and then all this other shit, and then all this kind of gets more and more weird from there. But I just didn't like the way it kind of, especially in the climax, it just didn't do it for me. It was kind of like, it wasn't sort of like, I guess you could say that you kind of saw what you could anticipate what was going to happen, what was going to be the reveal or whatever. But it was just, I don't know. There's films that do it better, like Fight Club.
Yeah.
Where like, because that's the thing, when you use like with it, or like Shutter Island, when there's when you've got like a major twist in a film, yeah.
But yeah. I just got a call from Mum. I don't know what it's about.
Okay, yeah. No worries.
I'll quickly call her back.
No worries. Okay, we'll be right back, guys. And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. I don't know what that was about. Parents, am I right? Anyway, have you seen that video with Daniel Sloss talking about his Jigsaw special?
No, I haven't even watched the Jigsaw special yet. That's so hopeless.
Have you seen his first one, The Dark?
Bits and pieces, like little clips.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'll send you a quick little thing. I don't know. You can chop up the bit where he talks about it, but essentially, what happened was when he made Jigsaw, after the show, like this is during the live show, 72 breakups were caused because of the show, like of relationships. 72 relationships from his live show, and then once it went to Netflix, in like a day or two, like about 4,000 people broke up from their relationships because of what he said on stage during his Jigsaw act.
Is that because one partner wanted to see it and the other one didn't like what he said, so fuck you, this is your comedy, I don't want to see it? Or is
no, he
talks
things
about relationship stuff, and they go, okay, really?
Yeah. It opens up your eyes. Like it related to me, and I understood it very well, and it actually gives me a new perspective to look at.
And so it makes you think,
if I'm kind of happy about.
So does that mean if you were in a relationship at the time that you saw this, you would go, okay, yeah, sorry, I'm leaving you because of
depending on feelings. It's like to say, I'll just paint a picture. I'm pretty sure whoever was in the thing said something similar to this, but just imagine grabbing a relationship and then shaking it really hard, and if they fall apart, then it was not meant to be. And that's basically what he's doing. But if they stick together, then it's a good relationship, and then they should be able to stick together. But like basically he's talking about in this show, like he mentions it, but he talks about like the fact that our society makes us want to have someone so much. Our society like glorifies love, and our couples are like always together, and it's like if you don't have anyone, then you're going to be sad, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he talks about that, and then he like, if you haven't seen, I don't want to spoil it too much. It's pretty good, but he says some uncomfortable questions, and those questions and the things that he raises to make you think about are the things that will be enough to like break apart a toxic or not a good relationship.
Yeah, right.
Which obviously it worked because on the actual show, 72 people broke up.
Yeah,
and there's also been divorces as well from marriages.
Okay. So that's probably been a good thing. So it's not.
Yeah, that's what he says as well.
It's breaking up.
It is a good thing.
Okay. So he's breaking up.
It is
bad relationships.
It looks like it's bad. It looks like it's bad, but it's actually pretty good because it opens up your mind to what the right thing can be.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? It'll make. I'm not good at explaining it, but if you watch it, you'll understand because
I'm intrigued now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he really hits the nail with this one. He's really good at explaining it, and it just clicked with me as well. I'm like, that's a really good perspective on how to like look at things now. So
yeah, right.
At the same time, I'm kind of like cursed with that knowledge now. So if I see someone, I go, I kind of like it, but then I'm like, hang on, and it just replays the whole thing in my head, and I'm like, not worth it. Not worth it.
Yeah, right.
Not worth it. I don't need to worry about that.
Fuck,
but he also makes the point of like, he goes, but if you break up, there is like 7 billion people in the world. You're going to find someone else as well.
Well, that's true. Exactly.
More of a match for you.
There's plenty more fish in the sea, as they say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of... it's interesting.
Speaking of fish, something I've been doing the last couple of days is...
What have you been doing?
Yeah.
Secretly going fishing?
No. Just fishing. Just breeding fish, actually. I feel like Frankenstein right now, you know? I've become this creator, this father, this responsible...
Brandon, are you making walrus suits again out of people?
Joel, I thought we had like a common like trauma, a common PTSD.
Yeah, it is. But when you said Frankenstein,
look at who's calling me.
Oh, Billy, what's going on? This is the podcast where everyone's calling us.
I answer it? Fuck it.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, Billy, how you doing, man?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. What's going down?
Oh, so those guys, same thing. No, what? Just same old shit.
Nice, man. Same old shit, different day.
Oh, I think this is happening to shit.
Yeah, no, I'm just fucking... Just chilling out, just taking it easy.
Just talking.
Taking it easy. How's the old podcast going, mate?
Yeah, it's going good. You know, we're actually filming right now, and Joel can hear.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, hello to all your viewers, but I'll leave you be. All right, have fun.
No worries, man.
That's later, bye.
Take care.
Little cameo in every single episode.
Yeah.
It's Billy. Oh man,
he really is part of the show. Yeah, but no. So
no, we do have a common trauma with that. It's just you said Frankenstein with fish, and then that, then the picture popped in my head, and I'm like, I'm thinking of it. I'm gonna make you think of it too. So win-win.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, they're not real fish. Well, they're not like fish like fish. Woohoo! They're brine fish. They are sea monkeys. Monkeys.
Sea monkeys.
Ocean Zoo. Yeah. Now, for all of you,
sea monkeys?
Well, I'll explain it to you, Joel. So, to all the listeners who had a childhood, they'd know that sea monkeys were this wonderful novelty toy where you'd have this little fish tank type thing. It's like a little small. You could even just use a jug or whatever. And you purify your water, wait 24 hours, then you put in these little sand crystals. And what these sand crystals do is when they're in this water, depending, it's all based on temperature or whatever, but these are all eggs. These little sand crystals are all eggs. And the way they work is, see, that brine fish are designed to survive out in the desert in like particularly hot climates because they breed and they have all these little crystals so then when it eventually rains, then they breed, and so I noticed this when I went to Uluru. We climbed the rock, and at the top. Yeah, I'm a terrible person. No, at the top, it was really fascinating to see all these little weird alien-looking things swimming in these little ponds, all up the top.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and I'm thinking, what the fuck are they? And then I've worked out that they're another form of brine fish that survive. That survive. Yeah, pretty much. So I've just been pretty much doing that. Now I'm just going to wait a few days for the eggs to hatch, and then I got to look after them. So I'm just worried that. So just hopefully. Sorry.
Do you reckon we could have a quick little sneaky gander at the process of it?
Yeah, sure thing, man. I'll bring it up on here.
Because I've never seen a sea monkey before. I've never heard of it until you said randomly in the messages, the sea monkeys have arrived. I went, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck is a sea monkey?
What's a sea monkey? I was shocked, man.
Okay, so here's a video of me pouring in the stuff. So I purified the water at this point, waited 24 hours. And if you're a kid, 24 hours is a long fucking time. So
what did I say? Two sea monkeys?
No, that's pouch 2. So you have three pouches. One to the purifier, and then our pouch 2 has the crystals, the eggs. So what that does is that all goes in, and then that floats to the bottom. And then depending on, so they recommend having the water temperature at about 24 degrees Celsius. So that way, that the eggs will hatch fast. I think my water's at about 20 degrees, so it might take a couple days to But yeah, there's you can see these little bits of blue dye that appear to be. I'm not quite sure what that is.
Yeah, that's weird.
But yeah, so anyway, that's my sea monkeys. So that's been keeping me busy.
We can keep bringing them up and show the process on the.
Well, that's it. So that can be an exciting segment. Brandon's sea monkeys, and they're supposed to survive. I think I've got a little information here. They
sea monkeys.
Brandon SeaMonkeys. So there's
good band name.
How long? Yeah, I reckon. So what we have here? How long do sea monkeys live? There is no exact length of time sea monkeys can live, although we can say they have been known to live up to 2 years. It is normal to start off with many sea monkeys, and over time the numbers will dwindle until there are only 1 or 2 adults left. So there you go. Interesting facts. So they were first invented in the US, so not the actual fish itself, the sea monkeys.
The sea monkey.
Yeah.
The fish were invented.
In the USA in 1957. Yeah, and the 60s and 70s was sold by mail in order to order from advertising on the back of comic books. That's right. Astronaut John Glenn took sea monkeys into space on October 29, 1999. Damn, son, wow. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
After 9 days in space.
Sea monkeys?
Yeah, exactly. They just took the monkeys. No, man, we're taking sea monkeys as well. They survived 9 days in space, returned to Earth, and hatched 8 weeks later. Apparently, okay. So they took the sea monkey eggs into space, and then brought them back, and they were fine. Because they're a fascinating thing. But okay, the male sea monkeys have what looks like whiskers growing under their chins. They are appendages that they use like arms, usually to clutch onto a female. Ooh. The females
How big do they get?
Smaller heads. Well, the females are larger. They're just under 2 centimeters, whereas the males are 12 millimeters. So,
wow.
Yeah, but yeah, they're interesting. But what's funny down here, it like the way they're saying as seen on TV and all this kind of shit. They're like, sea monkeys have been featured on South Park, Spin City, Roseanne, Night Court, The Simpsons, Third Rock from the Sun, American Dad. It's Gary Shandling Show, Desperate Housewives, and more. And Family Guy and all that shit. But the thing is, though, sea monkeys have just been known to be the butt of pop culture. In terms of just just shitting on them,
Yeah,
because that's just been a thing to do. It's like, oh, feed your sea monkeys, Chris, all that kind of shit. And they even made a live action TV. I think it lasts like 8 episodes. Live action fucking thing,
Live action SeaMonkeys.
Yeah, man. So all these humans dressed in SeaMonkey outfits. But they're like, because because this what because I remember when I was a kid, I was thinking, oh yeah, really? They're gonna look like that? But that's just that was just a cartoon.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, they're just little brine fish, So yeah, that's been keeping me busy. That's been fun.
Yeah. Wow. SeaMonkeys.
But yeah, they kind of look like. See, there's like a little one right there. So they kind of look like face huggers almost, like
little tiny, tiny little
yeah,
face huggers.
Yeah, little weird. It's kind of weird scary. Things. Yeah. Well, you're telling me like I had no idea what the fuck they were when I was on the rock. I was like, what the fuck is this?
You imagine to see a little face hugger walk past, like, what?
What the fuck is that?
You see.
Yeah.
Some dude's just laying there in the corner with the thing like wrapped around his neck.
Yeah.
You're like, this is why they tell you not to go up the Uluru.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they're warning you,
man. Yeah, that's it. That's the real reason. Yeah.
That's the reason, because all the face huggers are on top.
That's it, man. Fucking aliens.
That's spooky, man.
But speaking of being out in the red center, my old man back in the day when he was a young fella, him and a mate, they were traveling around the outback in this motorhome, and one day they're in Alice Springs. They picked up this backpacker. He didn't know if he was French, Spanish, or Swedish, or whatever. His name was Foch.
Oh,
Foch, not fuck, but Foch. Foch. I'm not quite sure the country of origin that is, but yeah. So it was Foch, and this is just this funny backpacker who was telling them that he'd managed to live on $1 a day. Now this would be the late 80s or mid to late 80s. So it was a time. My dad also went to Uluru with his mate, and this Foch guy. Yeah, telling them he'd been living on $1 a day, and they're thinking, wow, that's amazing. How the fuck are you doing that? And they let him travel with them for a couple of days, and then they started to realize, he was eating most of their food, drinking most of their beer, and then they finally realized that, that's how he's living off $1 a day. He's fucking, ripping people off. He's taking all their shit, whoever he's hitchhiking with. So then they decided to just fucking ditch him one day. They were just at this they were at somewhere, and then he went to buy something from a shop or whatever, and like, all right, let's ditch him. And they went inside the store with him, and they just fucking ran out into the motorhome and just fucking headed off. Oh, it was funny. And another time when he was this was a similar story. Him and his mates, they were camping, and they thought that they had these because they were going out and they were doing rabbit shooting, because that was something you could do back then, and they were carrying these Sterling 22s, and this one night they were just sitting around the fire, and my dad, this was his idea, he thought it was a good idea to throw some bullets into the fire and let them go off. He just without thinking, just went, oh yeah, that'll be a bit of fun. Just chuck one in the fire, fucking bang, and then what the fuck was that? And then my dad's like, I just thought it'd be fun to throw some bullets. And they're like, okay, yeah, fucking all right. And they did it. They're all throwing them, going bang, bang, bang. And my dad and his mate, they're just sitting there. They couldn't give a shit. They're like, oh yeah, whatever. All the other guys like, fuck, running around the woods thinking, holy shit, bang, fuck, ah! And then and the next morning they get up and they go over to the fireplace, and this log of, this tree, this log that they were sitting on next to the fire, had all these bits of shrapnel in it, like right from where they were sitting, and they checked themselves.
Wow.
They were fine. But yeah, all these fucking shells, all, dug into the fucking wood. So that's where the bullets were fucking heading.
Them.
Yeah. and another thing,
shit.
I think it might have been that same night. The guys had all gone to bed, and my dad and his mate were still up, and they were there, standing there by their guns. And then they heard a noise, like in the woods behind them, and they're thinking it was a deer or something. So, oh fuck, all right. And then my dad's mate gets up, he goes, all right, I'm gonna go fucking get him. So he goes around this side to get it, and my dad goes, oh yeah, I'll do the same. He goes, oh, but I'll go around this side. So they both go around opposite sides of the woods, shooting at each other, trying to get where this noise is coming from. They can hear it, and fucking bang, 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 bang. Fucking, get putting each other in the crossfire. Thinking, fucking hell.
Wow.
And then, and they were drunk. They didn't know what they were doing. And then the next morning they woke up and thought, fuck, man, we could have killed each other last night. Thinking, fuck, someone else has got a gun out here too, like that level of,
hear a little crack and you go bang, because it's his friend stepping on a twig or something.
Yeah. It just makes me think of that fucking bit in Richard Pryor's Live in Concert. Have you seen that special? Where he's,
yeah.
That whole bit about being out in nature, just makes you want to shit. And he's out there with He's out there with his mate, and then he just goes, "Oh, you see that deer over there?" And then the deer's just like, when it's scared, it's just at the watering hole. It's just, just looking around. And then he's like, and then he goes, "All right, Jack, get my gun." And he goes, "Oh shit! I didn't know you wanted me to carry it." He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, I left the gun in the car." It's like, what the fuck would you do that for? And then he goes, "Oh, you want me to go get it?" And he goes, and then he goes, and then he steps on his foot. He goes, "Up, off my foot, god damn it! Get out your gun and shoot the motherfucker." And then he goes, "Oh, you want me to go back to the car and get it?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "Oh, why not?" He goes, "Because there's a bear right behind you." Like fucking deer that way, you're trying to be quiet to fucking kill it. Fucking bear behind you. Oh, shit.
Oh man.
I've heard in America, particularly in California and other parts, there's a lot of bobcats and coyotes just roaming the streets because no one's out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
There's been reports of bobcats being in people's backyard and all that kind of shit. I remember seeing the video of this bear trying to get inside someone's house, like while they're self-quarantining. It's like, oh fuck, because no one's out. There's no traffic.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's all at home, and so then all the fucking animals can roam.
That's scary. Do you imagine if we went to America and we're face to face with like a grizzly bear? Like, what do we do? We're not even prepared for that kind of thing. We don't even learn about that. Like,
but see,
everyone says Australia's bad, but imagine seeing
yeah, exactly. I keep thinking of, or mountain lions and that. You'd be going for a hike and you just see
and you just see a mountain lion.
Fucking hell.
What do you do? Climb up a tree? That's not going to help.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking hell, you come across a rattlesnake or something. I mean, okay, you got snakes here, but, I feel like a little, in some ways, you kind of hear more stories over there of them,
Yeah. Just grizzly bears in general, like, what's the main rule? Is it you stand still and be calm, or
probably
is that what they say?
I remember seeing this guy who was on Joe Rogan, who was a hunter, and he was out, I think it might have been the Canadian wilderness or something, and there was this bear, and he's got GoPro footage, and it was the most terrifying thing. Like the bear is like, he's 200 meters away from him, and so he's at the top of the hill. The bear's kind of further down, and you can just see him, and the bear like stands up, fucking fuck off, and he's there with his gun, and he's just there like, oh fuck, and so he's got his gun, at the ready, and I heard, because he was just so scared, he was just frozen solid. He didn't even he actually, I can't remember what he said. Either he hadn't put the safety off or something, or because he was pulling the trigger or something all the way back he was squeezing the trigger and nothing was happening as he was just fuck, because the bear's there 200 meters away. And then all of a sudden it starts charging him 50 meters closer. And he's like, fucking hell. And then you can hear him. He goes, fuck off. He just starts swearing out, just stay the fuck back, because you can get done for killing bears out there, and unless you can prove self-defense. So he's just there. I don't want to fucking shoot you, buddy. Just stay the fuck back, And then another 500, another 500, 50 meters, not 500 meters, another 50 meters, yeah. He's only 200 meters away, yeah. And then it finally gets to about 100 meters away and he just says, fuck it, click, 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 click. Not even thinking, just fucking, pressing, and nothing's happening. And the bear ends up fucking off anyway. I was thinking, holy shit,
Far out. Are you able to get that footage and put it up on the...
Yeah,
is that possible?
Yeah.
Or
actually, I could even find it now if you want to. I might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was so fucking scary.
She just didn't like bears in general. Like, imagine just walking, you see it. Oh yeah, what's that? And then it goes, it stands up, and he's like, oh shit! Like those are big boys. They're pretty big boys. And then we'll be like, okay. There's not much you can really do in that situation unless you have a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
But even then, would that like stop it immediately, or would it just piss it off?
It usually does. It usually does. You have a bear and you shoot it, and then it's. Hang on, here we go. Joe Rogan's stunned by bear attack story. I think he actually shows the video here. It is fucking terrifying.
You shoot the bear. It just punk. The bullet bounces straight off. And you're like, oh shit! You keep firing a bullet. Just, tunk, 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 tunk. I don't know bears are bulletproof. What the fuck? Oh. So you said you got the video?
Yeah, here I'll bring it. I just took my headphones off so you can.
Okay.
You can hear it. Yeah.
Right. So all the listeners. He's about to show us the video he just described. If you want to see it, pop over to the YouTube channel. And YouTube viewers, you're already here.
You'll get to hear.
Grab some snacks.
Hang on. Am I shouting? No, I am.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
See, man, it's you. I purposely didn't ask you or talk to you about the
podcast. Watching a podcast.
I wanted to say it.
Can you hear that well?
What is it?
Yeah.
To have survived, literally being 2 feet away from an attacking grizzly bear.
Pretty close.
Like you could have grabbed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Easily.
Oh, that was just nuts. It was one of those things. Okay, I've thought about it a million times.
I'm sure. How long ago was this?
That would have been early October or mid-October.
So you've had 3 months.
So this guy Remy Warren.
Wow.
He's a hunter.
Yep.
And I don't think he usually hunts bears, but he's just had. Yeah, he just had these fucking terrifying
3 months to kind of think about it. Yep. And yeah, man, it's just one of those things that I've thought about it so many times in my head. And I've always been, I think Steve was the same way, like, oh, it'd be pretty cool to survive a bear attack, get scratched up a little bit. After that experience, I thought to myself, if that never happens again, I'll be okay.
Yeah, Steve used to always say, Steve Renault, we're talking about from the Meat Eater podcast, and he has a 2-part series on this particular bear attack. But he used to say,
I was going to say.
Have like not a tattoo, but like a big claw.
Yeah,
I'm like,
a little bit of marking.
Like, what are the odds that happens?
Yeah, I think that in order to get that, you have to go through a really, really horrible experience. Yeah. And there's guys
is the clip in the?
No, it isn't actually. He just talks about it.
There's guys that have had those.
I'll just try and find it. Sorry, everyone. I'll just try and find it quickly. It's probably because I saw it on here once before. Yeah, it was fucking terrifying, dude. I couldn't believe it. It's probably on here, but yeah, it was. Which one is it?
Some spooky stuff.
Yeah. Oh man.
Terrifying. It wouldn't be that video there saying bear danger, would it? And it had.
No, because he uploaded. He actually had. But yeah, no, fuck that band.
Yeah.
You know, but
I saw Leonardo DiCaprio a second ago.
Oh, fucking Revenant.
Yeah. But that'd be so scary being in that situation.
And let's check this out. 5 seconds from death.
There you go, folks.
They charge you, you know.
Right hip. He's holding a bucket in his right hand. That's going to slow him down. Look at there. He's got it in the right hand now.
This isn't the clip, is it?
I'm in the left hand.
No, this is another
I'm
one.
getting confused already. We got something, folks. There, he's charging.
Oh.
Hey. We got something, folks. There, he's charging. Hey. We got something, folks.
So is that what you do? You make that. You make that.
Try to. Yeah, because I think the way Remy Warren was explaining it, that if you're ever between a bear, the idea is that to it's all about dominance. Yeah, make yourself look bigger. But when a bear stands up, they're not fucking tall, you know. So you got to just kind of yell. You just got to kind of yell, you know.
Bear's charging. Don't miss it, man. We got to get in the open. Bear's charging. Don't miss it.
The bear is charging.
Bear's charging.
The bear is charging. Don't want to miss it, man. Spooky stuff, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Charge, man.
It kind of
You wonder if you have it by now. No shit. Just checking out the back. Are we all right? I told you God was with us. Oh shit! That ain't it, man. Just joking with you. Just joking.
Told you God was with us. Oh shit! No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. What?
What's this?
What's the
USA invades Europe? Advice for European. Okay, that's something completely different.
Okay, well, we're not going to get into that, but yeah, that's pretty.
Just the idea of that, like, especially if you're alone as well.
And it just goes you're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it'd just be so fucking terrifying, bro. But so that reminds me, like, with it, being circled by a bear. It kind of reminds me of that opening scene in American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think I've seen what you're talking about. Yeah.
Where they're. That was a great fucking opening. But yeah, when they're walking, they don't stick to the road. They look up and it's the fucking moon, and they just can't. They can hear it and it's circling them, and you got no idea what the fuck it is. It's just that scared the fuck out of me as a kid. And that was that one film that just scarred me.
Imagine camping in America though, and you've got all that shit there. Because I've been camping multiple times here, but I kangaroos trip over the tent sometimes. You're like, what was that? Oh, it's just a kangaroo, and it goes, and it runs away.
Yeah. Or you hear a possum or something just running around. Yeah,
it goes, and it just runs away, and you're like, oh, possum. Or
actually,
I think the worst you get is maybe some spiders or a snake or something. But in America, something trips over your tent. You're like, that's not a kangaroo. This massive motherfucker stands up here to steal your picnic baskets.
Yeah.
Take it away. It's like, oh shit. Oh damn. But that I couldn't ever imagine being in that situation. That'd be pretty scary.
I had a teacher who back in the day, he was very much an outdoorsman, and he once had this terrifying encounter with a snake when he was in the outback with a mate of his, and they were staying in a tent, and his buddy got bitten by the snake that was around, and this was during the day, and so just without a second thought, just got him in the car and just fucking was racing, 3-hour drive that ended up only being an hour and a half because he was going so fast, just trying to get the fuck out, get the hell out of the desert, and and got his mate to a hospital, or I think he might have been airlifted to the hospital or something. But yeah, so his mate was good, and then he drove back that same night, and got back to their campsite late at night, and then then stayed there the night, and he could hear it could have been the same snake. He could feel the snake under his tent, like crawling underneath.
Oh my god!
So he's lying there in his sleeping bag. He just feels this snake under him, under the tent, and he's thinking, "Fucking hell!" So he's scared. He's thinking, "Fuck!" So he's punching it, trying to get it to fucking go away. He's hearing it hissing at him and stuff. So he's punching it and stuff in his sleeping bag, punching it and shit. And then he's punching it and stuff, and then he wakes up the next day, right?
Yeah.
Gets out of his tent, and then goes, "Oh yeah, I remember that fucking snake last night. That was terrifying." Whatever. Has breakfast and everything, and then he starts to take down his tent, and then he realizes that the snake was inside his tent the entire fucking time. So that night when he was,
oh my god, he was punching the snake
inside his tent. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But because he had blankets and everything, he couldn't tell. He just, just in this, state of sleep, he's just punching and stuff. Thinking that it's,
that could have gone so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, the snake could have just been like, my god. Holy
because
shit.
Because he opened up the tent and the snake just suddenly goes, because like if a snake's like that, if a snake does the S shape,
it's about to attack you.
Yeah. But it just kind of looks up like, and he's thinking, "Oh fuck, you were in there the whole night," Because of course when he left,
that's so
he didn't, because he didn't close the tent when he left, because of course he was just first thing he thought was just get this guy to a hospital, So he comes back, and the snake has gotten inside the tent. He's been chilling out in the tent all day. He gets there late at night, of course, doesn't see it, and then has a fight with it that night, and then realizes it was in the tent the entire fucking time.
That is so scary. Do you imagine just being like, "Oh yeah, bang, bang," and imagine if you actually you punch a little higher and it's in the S.
Yeah.
You go, "Oh fuck,"
bro.
Like, I don't know if you've ever been in bed and you mistake seeing a spider, and you just go, "Oh shit," and you kind of flick up and you go, "Oh my god." Imagine that, but it's real.
I used to get a lot of spiders climbing in through my window, but now I've fixed that problem because I've put sticky. I'm going to change my windows anyway, but and I just, the weird thing was I'd feel like what I thought was a spider, and then I'd be like, "Oh, it's probably nothing," but they'll check it either way, and it always was a fucking spider. It was always a fucking redback. I once went to put my my pajama pants on, right? And then I felt something. Felt something on my leg, and I went, "What the fuck was that?" And then I just dropped my pants, and it was a fucking redback spider. Another instance where I was like, "Oh, it's just a tickle. I won't worry about it," and it was a fucking spider. It was just,
dude. I recently had a run-in with a spider. I didn't think I was going to say this story on the podcast, but but here we go. I recently had a incident with a spider while I was getting my hair dyed. So Mum's helping me out with the hair dye and stuff. So I closed the bathroom door because whatever. I just don't like having it open. So I was like, "Yeah, shut it. Turn the lights on. All good." And she starts doing my hair, and then as she's grooming my hair to get it ready for put the bleach in. Yeah. I noticed something, the same hand that's touching my head like this. I noticed something that's crawling up her arm. I went, "Oh, okay. Is that what I think it is?" And I'm like, "Hang on a second." And I'm like, "Mum, just wait a sec." And I'm like, "Is that what I think it is?" And she goes, "What?" And then she moves towards me, and I was like, "Hang on, just wait a second." I'm like, "Can you just turn a little bit?" And it's this massive fucking huntsman crawling up her arm. And I was like, "Oh my god!" And the door's shut.
Shit.
So I thought there was two things I could do. I could tell her or not tell her and open the door and get out. But if I told her, she would freak out and then we'd be trapped in the room. So I was like, "Hang on a second." And she goes, "What?" And she kept she was moving towards me because she thought something was in the sink. So she was coming towards me, and I was going, "No, stand still for a second." And I opened the door, and I quickly bolt out. I'm like, "There's a spider on your arm." And she goes, "What?" And she comes out towards me. She looks at her arm, and there's a spider just sitting on her arm. She goes, "Oh shit!" She goes to flick it, and then it kind of falls, but then it still hangs onto the arm, and it goes, and it comes back onto the arm, but this time it's 1,000 times angry, like it's really angry now, so it starts charging towards her face.
Oh no!
And I'm like freaking out, going, oh my god! And then what Mum did in this situation will scar me for the rest of my life, but she decided to take her shirt off and throw the spider away.
Oh,
but,
okay.
When she, I see you're already ahead of me. When she took the shirt off, something
was out. Yeah. Okay.
And it was more traumatizing than the spider experience.
Well, you could have helped her when, you didn't have to just, you're just like, oh, yeah.
I have got a crippling
I'm getting out of
phobia of spiders. I've got arachnophobia. I've got a crippling phobia of spiders, especially big-ass spiders. So I couldn't do anything. I was in this shock. But then I was in even more shock. I went from arachnophobia to arachnophobia.
Jesus Christ. Hey, so was that...
I was like, oh my god, a spider! And then it's just, oh my god! I was like, scarred for eternity, man. That shit was horrid. I think it'll be a very good stand-up routine if I can come up with a really good punchline for it. But
titties popped out.
yeah, it just pop. Ah! What?
Oh man!
Oh my god!
So was that the story you were trying to tell me before, but I said save for the podcast, or was that another story?
No. That was a different story.
This is something that
was pretty scary. Traumatizing.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell the other story?
Yeah.
All right. Well, because this kind of stopped me from sleep, or not stop me, but every now and then I'll think about it, like when I'm trying to go to sleep, and it doesn't help because I know it's not going to happen. It's very unlikely for it to happen. But I read this article.
So set it up. Yep. On Reddit. Creepy pasta.
No, not Reddit. No, it's not. It's a true story. It's a true story. It was like a police report of something that happened. So there was this woman. She was like going to bed, just going to bed normally, and she was on her phone, and she accidentally dropped her phone in the middle of the night. When you just play around. Yeah. She dropped it on the ground. She went, oh shit! So when she grabbed it, a bit of light shined under her bed. So when you pick up your phone and it can like shine and like show your bed, like what's underneath. So when she picked it up, it shines, and she sees this mysterious dark figure under her bed that she has never seen before. And she goes, oh, that's weird. Like that looked like a person. And she goes, oh shit. And she goes, surely not. And then she goes, just in case. And she pretends to go get on the phone with her friend. And she goes, oh, hello. And she goes, oh, I'm just going to go get a drink of water. Like just to play it off anyway. Because she could have sworn she saw a person under her bed.
Yeah. And
she's like, all right. So she gets up, leaves her room, shuts the door, and she quickly goes to the bathroom and closes the door. And when you're at night and you can imagine things and you freak it out. So she's just thinking that, but she's also really freaked out because she saw this a shape of a person like waiting for her under the bed. So she freaked out, closes the door, locks the door, and then she decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to call the cops. I'm just going to call the cops because she's like almost 100% there was a person in there. So she called the cops, and what? Best case scenario, nothing was there. It's everything's all safe. So she called the cops, and she quickly exited out her bathroom window just to be safe. Now the cops arrived, went into the house, and then when they came out to talk to her about it, they said this might shake you up a little bit, but there was a man waiting outside the bathroom door. He looked like he hadn't eaten in days, and he was holding a knife, and he was waiting for you to open the door to come out.
Fuck.
So there was a man under her bed the whole time, and when she got up and she went to the bathroom, he was standing outside the bathroom door. Like the cops found him standing out there with a knife, waiting in the corner.
Yeah,
for her to come out of the bathroom.
That she climbed out of the window.
At the window.
Fucking
So
hell.
He was waiting for her at the bathroom. But do you know what runs through my mind? What if she never dropped her phone?
Well,
she never would have seen him, and he would have been there the whole time under the bed.
Fucking hell,
and, you talk about like when you're a kid, oh, there's monsters under the bed. There was a monster under her bed.
Yeah. That's it.
And so the cops are like, we don't want to shake you up, but he was waiting for you outside the bathroom.
He was going to fucking kill you, man. And okay, shit. Well, there was. See, look. Here's the moral of the story: if there's someone under your bed and you think there is someone in the bed, and you're going to call the cops, just exit through the front fucking door. Just get the fuck out of there. You know. Because what if she had been waiting in the bathroom, called the cops and goes, all right, I'm just going to go through the door and then get out the front door. You know, if she hadn't have gone out the window, you know.
Or what if she just thought it was just her imagination and she went, oh, I'm just being silly, and opened the door and went out, and then he would have been there.
But so, hang on. Did you say that she saw a figure under her bed when she put the torch on, or it was just when she went
to pick up
her
phone? The phone eliminated it. Like when she picked up her phone, you know, when you sometimes a phone, pick it up, it goes like that. Sometimes you can see like a bit of a light. She saw a figure when she did that, and she goes, "Nothing's under my bed. What the hell?" And she goes, "That's weird. That looks a lot like a person." And then she decided to play it off smart and went, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a drink of water."
And was there any context as to why the guy was in her house?
I don't think I saw any context on why, but it was just
terrifying. Fucking.
It's just a man.
I love that channel, that YouTube channel, Amazing Top 10.
Yeah,
they have some creepy fucking shit on there, man. Like, oh.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the stuff you watch when you get to the weird side of YouTube at like 12.
Yeah.
But and like I was just laying in bed, you know, trying to sleep, and it just came up to my mind. I'm like, what if someone's under your bed? I'm like,
yeah.
For starters, no one can get under my bed, but I still thought it because, you know, when it's nighttime and you're trying to sleep, you're very vulnerable to being scared of things very easily.
Irrational thoughts, yeah. Well, so that's the thing. See, no one will be able to fit under my bed because it's a proper, you know, queen size bed with the, you know, with your two sections, you know. So there's no way that someone.
Well, like closet as well.
Three, you know. Yeah, closet too. No one can fit in my closet either.
But yeah, it's just.
But yeah.
Could you imagine?
Fuck that.
That would have. I reckon. I think what I remember is she didn't go back to her house. She went and got a hotel while she stayed with a friend.
Yeah.
For the night. Didn't go back for a little bit because she was very shaken up. I'm like, so is anyone in that situation.
Fuck that. Yeah, that reminds me of this this story. I don't know if it's it was like an urban legend or whatever. I remember reading about. Kind of creepy. It's like you've heard the one about the girl, whenever she'd put her hand on her bed, the dog would lick it. Is maybe that vaguely? Not. So this is
kind of. Well, I've watched a lot of creepypastas and a lot of stories and
like that. So, I mean, this is a classic kind of one. This is one about where this so it's a woman who's in a house out in the middle of nowhere, and whenever she'd get scared or something was making her uncomfortable, she'd put her hand on the bed, and her dog would lick her hand. Let her know that she was there. And this one night she could hear the tap dripping in the bathroom, so she goes in the bathroom, turns the tap off, then goes back to the bed, puts her hand on the bed, dog licks it, cool. Goes to bed, and then she hears. I'm probably butchering it, but then she hears some more dripping. So she goes back into the bathroom and goes to turn the tap off, and then she notices behind the shower curtain there's like this figure behind it. She opens the shower curtain, and it's her dog hanging by its neck.
Oh man,
yeah. And then she's thinking, holy shit. So she runs back to the bed, right? Puts her hand there, feels the dog licking it, and she goes, and then she goes, what the fuck? Goes back to the bathroom, and then written in blood, typical, written in blood on the dog's blood, written on the window is the mirror. Yeah, humans can lick too, whatever, and then and that's kind of where it ends. So that's a classic kind of one that is good when you attend to scare your mates. But this other one, which was a good one, was this.
There's a lot of good ones actually. You know, there was actually some decent stories I remember reading once.
I remember one where it kind of has two endings, but this ending I like better. So I'll tell this one. There's this this guy, right, who works at this gas station, and it's one of those ones where they come out and they fill it up for you, you know.
Yeah.
And there's this woman driving around in this shitty old car, you know, and it's out. It's out in this little county area, really late at night, of course, and it's raining,
of course,
and so she pulls in, and the guy comes out, fills her up and everything. They have a bit of a chat, just a bit of small talk, and then she goes, hands in the money, and then he goes back inside. And the guy was like a little bit weird. He was a little bit odd. You know, she was thinking, okay, this, he's a bit strange, a bit of a weird, kind of lonely kind of guy. She's thinking, this guy's kind of making me uncomfortable. He does that. And then he comes back outside after a couple minutes. She's thinking, okay, that's because she's just waiting for the change. She handed him like a $50 note or whatever. Comes back out and then he tells her that the money that he'd given him was counterfeit, That, he goes, oh, you're going to have to come with me. And she's like, oh, could have sworn that, that it's legit. So he goes, oh, just come with me inside and we'll call the bank. And she's thinking, but the bank. So she's thinking,
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the banks aren't going to be open. So he takes her inside and she's uncomfortable as all hell. And, gets inside and the guy's still awkward and creepy. And he goes, okay, now we're just going to call the bank in town. And she goes, but the bank in town's closed. I just drove past it. I'm just driving out of town. Nowhere's open. So then she just thinks, all right, fuck this guy. I'm getting out of here. So she runs out to the car while the guy was doing something, was busy behind the desk. And then he chases after her. She runs in the car, and then she starts driving off, and he's screaming. He's like, no, don't go. He's like, fucking, come back. He goes, there's a man in your back seat. And she can't hear this. She's already fucking, bolting in the car down the road.
Oh, man.
He's yelling out to her, there's a man in your back seat with a hatchet. And, And so, she drives off, and the guy, kills her, and then the car runs off the road.
Wow. That'd be an interesting play of events in an actual horror movie. You know what I mean? Because it builds it up like it's got to be a cliche, but then it's not. You know what I mean? Then it's like, it takes the expectation away. So I think that'd be a really good horror thing to do. You know what I mean? Because this guy's the weirdo. He's obviously doing something. Oh, good, she got away. But no, he's genuinely trying to help.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is a good way to get out of it, and she obviously lost that opportunity. Because it is weird, but if he if he just said
because you're saying this, if he had just got straight to the point, because
being creepy,
because he came and because he brought her inside, and then he was calling the police, and then she's thinking, what the fuck are this is, because I think the problem was he didn't want to freak her out. There's a guy in your back.
Because if you said that, and she'll go, and then he'd be like, oh, alerted, come out, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
But
fucking hell, man.
That is pretty scary.
Yeah, terrifying shit, man.
Yeah. Why don't they make horror movies like that good?
Yeah, where they can defy your expectation. Yeah.
Yeah, or not just rely on cliches or remake shit like that. It's I've read a lot of them, and there's been a lot of good ones. Why can't they just make something like that? It's actually scary, and it's oh,
that's right, man. It works.
Yeah, it does work because you weren't expecting that. You're like, oh, thank God she got away, and it's no, that's not the reason. And then it makes sense. And then if you watch it back again, then it's like Shutter Island. You watch it back again, you'll see maybe a concern in his face.
Yeah.
The reason maybe the reason why he was so awkward was because he was nervous and freaking out because he saw
he knows what's going on. Yeah, because
so it was shit, so that's why he's awkward.
Because that's the beauty of that film. You can watch it in 3 different ways. There's the first time watching, you go, oh my God, you know. Then the second time you watch it,
the second time you go, oh yeah.
You start picking up on all these things. Yeah. It's
then
clever.
The third time it gets deeper. Yeah, it's just that is pretty cool. It's got some layers to it that makes sense next time around. First time you see him as this creepy guy. Second time you go, that makes sense now. You actually see that he's kind of he's awkward and nervous because he's trying not to say the wrong thing.
You understand
because
what's
someone
going
else
on.
is listening.
That's right. Yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe third time around, you might even actually see the dude in the back seat at some point, like see a movement, slight movement, like you wouldn't notice it originally, kind of thing. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, stuff like that I think that works. That'd be pretty good. So, how long have we been going for this one?
I got no idea, man. That's the problem. We keep losing track. Yeah, you're waiting around.
We need to do a timer. I think we need to put like a timer on.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
How long?
It's not like they give us a runtime when we're recording on here. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky.
Maybe just use one of our phones or something, put stopwatch, and then we can just see how long it goes for.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, keep going, or because we don't want to go for like 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then our views will be cut in half again.
Yeah, that's right. So like I said last week, guys, if you got this far into this episode and you're listening right now, tell 5 of your friends to check us out. That's
much appreciated.
Or if you've got friends who enjoy podcasts who'd like listening to stuff like this, if you got friends who are lonely and they need something to listen to while they or watch, we got the visual aspect of the podcast to enjoy. Tomorrow should we talk about that?
Oh no, maybe don't say who it is.
No,
but we can.
Of course not. No. We got a special guest.
Yeah, we've got a special guest.
Yeah, another special guest for next episode. He's a
comedian,
stand-up comedian. What would you say? He's a gymnast. He's a performer.
Yep.
He's an actor.
Buff.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's got a special coming out soon, but we'll talk more about that.
That's right. We'll talk more about that later
in the episode.
Exactly. So that'll be out in a couple of days. So get around that.
Stay tuned for that. You won't be disappointed.
Fuck yeah. Giggity goo.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.
See ya.